My name is Madeline Gertz, and I am on Team 11104, the Bearded Pineapples.
I'm Zoe Egner, and I'm on Team 11104, the Bearded Pineapples.
My name is Fritzy, and I'm on Team 11104, the Bearded Pineapples.
I'm Maya, and I'm on the Bearded Pineapples.
My name is Tallulah Amsbury, and I am on Team Bearded Pineapples 1104.
My name is Leica Joy, and I'm on Team 11104, the Bearded Pineapples.
First Tech Challenge is a robotics program for 7th to 12th graders,
Where you build like a robot and you compete against other teams.
It is a robot game where you create and design a robot to compete against other robots in a game that involves collecting items, putting them in different places for points.
You're always in the same first community, and no matter if you're in FLL, FTC, FRC, you're always going to have like the same general people surrounding you, the same kind of people. Awesome people.
I think I was in 5th grade, and I was asked to join an FLL team, and I decided to do it. I didn't know that it would take up so much time in my life. I got really involved in it. I really liked it. I decided to start another FLL team.
I was invited by a friend onto an FLL team, which turned into an FTC team.
And we turned into an FTC team.
Our team wanted to join after being in FLL for 2 years.
We went to the same school, and she invited me to come and try it out.
My friend Gosha.
I had been following the Bearded Pineapples for 2-3 years, and I knew that they were awesome.
My team is a fun group of girls, very open to new ideas. They're all really creative.
Good people. I enjoy being around this team, that's why I'm here.
Another thing is we all kind of have this like psychic link with the other members of our team, which is kind of creepy but kind of cool.
They're very hardworking.
Generally enjoying fun.
They're also very welcoming to me, who's never done any first, like I never did FLL before.
Crazy.
We're pineapples.
I think we're all pretty smart.
First is for people who like everything from teamwork to robots. It's something that everyone can participate in.
So what I like to do on the team is I like to work on the robot control system, i.e. I like to program the robots.
So I do hardware. I like designing things, so that was always the jobs I picked for myself on the team. When there was something that needed to be done on the robot, I would always volunteer for that because I knew it was something that I liked.
I tend to help with more with building the robot or prototyping, and then some of the outreach.
I like participating in developing outreach events and our financial and expenses category.
I'm helping develop the program at Girl Scouts that we are working on. I think that one of the most fun outreach events that we did was the open house that we did at the Girl Scout office, where we just had people come in and look at our robot, just talking to people and dancing and eating Oreos.
I like to do a little bit like of everything, I guess.
I plan to use the skills that I learned at FIRST to hopefully become an engineer one day.
The most important thing about FIRST is not the robot building and stuff like that, it's the other things that you take away.
Hopefully robotics or some sort of space exploration, because I find both of those things very fascinating.
To help me with my further education and concepts of life.
The skills that I learned here have opened up a lot of new opportunities that I can try out, and a lot more options for what I can do in the future.
I try to help people when they have a question or a problem, and they do the same for me, which is good.
I try to keep a positive attitude and tell lots of jokes.
I support my teammates by giving them feedback on their work. I also try to generate new ideas that could help them with their work.
STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math.
It's like a field that a lot of girls don't really participate in as much as the other fields. So that's why being a girl and being in STEM is really important.
I think that my proudest moment from last year was at the interleague competition when everything went wrong.
But then during our elimination matches, we pulled it together with some other teams.
One of the top teams chose us.
We won the Inspire Award.
We moved on to what was it, state.
Oh, when we finally got the lift to work. I wasn't even there, but I can't remember where I was, but I think I had left the meeting early, and I was asking on Slack about it, and they sent me the video, and I was showing all my family, like, oh, it works, it works, it works. I was really excited.
I think the time I laughed the hardest was in FLL at our first competition when we won the Champions Award, and I thought it was a consolation award, and after I found out that it was not the consolation award, I laughed really hard.
Garage in our workshop, we have a wall where
Someone would say something really strange or funny, and we'd write it down so we can keep track. And then once in a while, I would read over all of those notes we've written down about weird things we've overheard, and just laugh.
we have all of the alls. It's very funny.
I don't remember what exactly I laughed at, but Madeline made a joke and it was hilarious.
Probably making this video.
I think dancing at the end of Friday meetings.
One of the Euphoria targets was upside down, and it was messing up the direction that our robot turned in autonomous, and it took me a while to notice, but then I noticed.
Yes, figuring how to CAD. There was on our shooter, there were surgical tubing connected together with zip ties, which created a lump. So I proposed the idea that we would sew them together instead of zip tying it, which was kind of funny because it kind of messed up my sewing machine.
And in the beginning, we worked a lot on the different prototypes and trying to figure out which type of shooter would work the best. And in the end, we had a really amazing shooter that worked super well.
If a girl is showing interest in a STEM field, then everyone around her parents and her friends should encourage her to do things like joining a first team. I think is really great, especially for me as a girl who's interested in STEM activities.
They can treat them like normal people and just let them get on doing what they want to do.
I've had even a counselor tell me that I wasn't fit to work with robots because I was a girl. She said that in front of a whole class.
It provides me, I wouldn't be able to build robots and things on my own, so joining this team has been really great.
The message of, hey, girls in STEM, woohoo!
Robots may or may not take over the world, who knows? The one thing I do know is that people participating in FTC are least likely to get crushed by them.
Robots might take over the world. You never know what they're capable of.
Robots probably will take over the world someday. That's why we're doing this program.
I hope not, but I'm not entirely sure.
I hope not.
And yes, robots will take over the world. I agree with that statement.
I hope not. I would hope that, maybe humans aren't doing the best job. I don't think robots will do better. So...
hopefully we can advance higher in the competitions next year. I think that'd be really exciting.
This is how we first like a girl.